Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is D Smitty Gaming, and as you can see, we're back on our little farm. Got our chickens taken care of last episode. We got 11. Health is currently reading 0, but that's because they're brand new and they're babies. We got 2 pallets of food for them, totaling about 1250, and then the coop itself is holding 750 right now. There's a lot of to get done on this episode. I don't know how much of it I'm going to be able to. I definitely want to start getting some vehicles because things like taking care of the chickens, we're going to need a truck to move the eggs, pick up feed. We're also going to need a loader, a forklift, or a telehandler. I'll probably go with a telehandler. It may cost a little bit more, but it's going to be more practical. We'll be able to hang on to it longer. I haven't looked at the store or anything yet. Let's look at the used. They don't have anything that we can use just yet. But even a new telehandler, the cheapest we could go would be 139,000. I don't want to go quite that cheap. I'd like to have something with a little bit more power. The 141 horse, 136. So this is actually more powerful. That one's 170. We might actually go with the, and this is a variable. So we may actually end up going with the Manitou. Telehandler tools, we'd end up just getting the basic pallet fork, at least for now. Down the road, may get a bucket and maybe a bell fork, but we have to get that. Not getting the little trike truck. How big is the bed on this thing? That's something to consider. Top speed is only 18, but that just means it's going to be harder for us to wreck. All right, we could actually get that right now, but we're not going to. But like I said, mainly I need something to move pallets of feed here, take the eggs to the drop point or market, and then something to load all that up with. The At least starting off, the telehandler is going to be a little bit of overkill, but I think we'll need it in the future. Take a look here, see what kind of contracts we have. We got a pretty good one here for harvesting. It's going to be a drive, but I think we can make it work. And it'll also take a little bit to get everything down there. I'm going to go ahead and accept it and borrow the items to do it. I'm going to get started on some of these contracts, and I'll get back with you all once those are done. All right, everybody. As you can see, we got out here to the first field, and we getting started on it. For some reason, it doesn't show that it's picking up. Because this is peas, and this equipment is designed for green beans. Okay, the map shows both fields splashing. That's what I did wrong. All right, let's try this again, folks. It looks like we're actually harvesting this time. Yeah, that was stupidity on my part right there. I didn't realize that the two fields would both be highlighted. I thought it would pick one or the other based off the vehicle that I was in. I don't know why I would have thought that, but and I can tell you this is going to take a little while. But I will definitely see everybody when it's done. This field alone is probably going to take a good 30 minutes. So I don't remember if I talked about it or not during the last episode. I did change a few in-game settings. I changed our days per month to 2. It was at 1. I also adjusted our time, the time speed. It was, I believe, at 15 times, and I bumped it down to 2. Just gives us a little bit more time to grind out contracts. If I miss a contract one day, I can normally pick it up the next. and then because it takes so long to harvest some of these fields. Uh, in some cases, it would take all day to harvest one field. I'd like to be able to get a few more done than just one. It might mess up the immersion, or it might make it a little bit better, but it also makes it easier for the recording process. As you can see, we're about 36% on this harvester. I still don't know exactly how this thing works. I haven't bothered to get the tractor and the trailer from the store yet. I'm just working on taking care of my headlines. But like I said a little bit ago, it's going to be probably about 30 minutes on this. So I will see you all either when it's done or when it's time to offload into the truck. All right, folks, here we are about to make our first deposit into the truck. Oh yeah, it looks like that thing's got plenty of room. That's my only concern, is that we might have to make multiple runs with our transport truck, but it doesn't look like we're going to have to. I hit the wrong button there. I missed one plant. We'll get that one on the way back around. All right, well, I will see you all probably about the time we fill that truck up, and y'all can join me for the trip to market. I know it's on the north side of the map. But I'm not 100% sure exactly where that one's at. All right, we're getting up here to our sell point. There we go, that's what I was trying to do. And we actually made a little bit of extra there. I don't know if y'all saw that, but they're in the top right corner. Once it hit 100%, it actually started paying us. So I guess because that was in this truck, it was considered ours. I'm gonna pull right across the street here. We're gonna switch over to our other vehicle. This thing looks pretty cool. This thing is to harvest peas. Rear wheel, rear wheel steering, track driven. I don't know how many more of these contracts I'm gonna do though. That harvester head on that thing is just so small. It takes forever to do anything. But we're heading back down to the farm, the same farm that we were just at. It's just one over. So I will see you when we get there and get started. All right, we are here. So we're gonna get started on this. Make sure our map is set up correctly. Or not map, but our auto steer. I like doing maximum headland. For that right there, it handles the steering for us. This thing just feels so slow. It's harvesting at the same speed the other one did. Alright, but instead of making y'all watch this for the hour and a half that it's probably going to take me to do this field, I'm going to stop the recording there, finish this off camera, and I'll be back with you when we're done. Alright, everybody. As you see, we just finished up this field. In-game time is 22:01, 10:01. This has taken me probably close to 4 hours to actually complete these two contracts. That is actually why I don't like doing the harvesting contracts, even though they tend to pay really well. We're going to go ahead and dump what we have in the trailer here, switch over, and run this into the drop point or the market. If you notice, our funds are a little bit lighter than what they were, and I did mess around a little bit with the AI helpers. I know it's one of those I said I wasn't going to do, but I also said I may use them for transport, and that's what I used it for. I messed around with it and figured out how it works for the harvester, and then after that, I just used it to drive this guy up to the drop point. I was never able to get it to actually drive back, like set it up on a loop, without actually going in and move the tractor out onto the road, tell him to come out here and park on the road, but basically where you found him at. That was the only way I was able to get that part of it to work, but it still helped out because I was able to continue the harvest while the AI took this tractor into town. Get some lights on out here. Go ahead and close that cover up just in case we roll this thing. I don't plan on rolling it, but you never know. Something else I also noticed, it seems like the AI only stays on the main road. Like those little farm access roads, it doesn't seem like the AI likes to use those. The AI also does not use shortcuts like the one I'm using right now. The AI would have driven on down that road to that Y intersection and then turned around. And I actually missed the turn that I wanted. It's all good because we are now here. There we go. Helps when I hit the right button. We're going to drop this off, and then we'll start making a little bit of a profit probably off of it. There we go. Now that one we actually made a pretty decent profit off of. I'm going to turn in these contracts. There we go. 16, about 1550 in the bank. All our vehicles are turned in. Let's look and see what other contracts we have. These like 1600. We're only going to make $1,000 for it. I don't see a point in doing it. It doesn't give us details on that piece of equipment, so I don't know how big it is. Judging by what the field looks like it's going to take us a little bit. 2.79 acres. It might take a little bit to ted all that. Plowing. It's another one that I'm not a huge fan of. Is plowing missions. They tend to take a while as well. I like the spraying, but those are both pretty small fields. Yeah, less than 2 acres. Fertilizing can be pretty lucrative. 4.5 acres is only twice what 1.6 acres is. dead wood. That's going to be actually cutting down trees. I think that's going to take a while. And it says I can sell them afterwards, but I don't have a vehicle that I can load them up onto. On top of that, there's a $2,000 penalty per tree. So I guess that's if I cut the wrong one or if I leave one, might be worth looking into once we get a transport truck. That one wouldn't be too bad. We'll keep that one in mind. For now, we're actually going to go back to our property. We're going to go bed for the night, and we might do a little bit of work around our own property in the morning. All right. Good morning, everybody. 8 o'clock, September 2nd. It's our second day this month. I did take a look at our contracts. Did pick up 3 of the cultivating contracts. This one here, we're going to lease some equipment from. It's the bigger tractor with the bigger cultivator. These 2 we did not lease equipment from. So let's go ahead and, well, I can't tab over to the, there we go. I was trying to switch over off the keyboard, but it wouldn't let me. As soon as I touched the button on the controller, it allowed it. Oh, there we go. We're hooked up. All right, we got our counterweight. We got our tractor. We got field 30, 14. We got another one somewhere. I'm not seeing it on the map right now. So we'll hit 30 and 14, and then we'll figure out, oh, 6, there it is. So yeah, we'll go 30, 14, 6. Hey, school bus, there's a stop sign there. Yeah, I'll check back in with everybody once we get up here. Oh, go. Yeah, I know, I cut him off, but... Ooh, can we make it? Well, folks, that's why you don't try and run through a train crossing. Because things like that happen. Well, that's what happens when you rush. Alright, let's fix this. We're going to have to call the tow truck and have them come help us out here. Alright, well, let that be a PSA to everybody. Don't play on the train tracks. Don't try and beat the crossbars. If you try that, bad things could happen, as you saw. And this game, the train didn't even bother trying to stop. Real life, the train will stop if something like that happens. They are required to. However, it can take a train, up to a couple miles to get stopped. Let's try this again, see if we can not get hit by the train this time. There we go, we made it through. Alright, well, I will see you guys once we get up there to that field and get started. All right, we got this started. She's pulling pretty good. We're cutting it up fairly well. Doing a shallow cultivate on this one. I was wanting to do deep, but I'd already started and I'm not going to start over. So I'm going to go ahead and grind these 3 contracts out, and I'll see you guys when we are about to finish the 3rd one. All right, everybody, we are just about to finish up this contract. Sitting at 98%, 99 now. I'm going to turn around here just to have to stop the contract. See how far we get. There it is. We got about the length of our equipment here. All right, let's get these turned in, and then we'll head back to our property. There we are. We're up to 67,000. Took a little bit longer than I was planning on, but we got it done. We're gonna head over here, and we're gonna take a look at the store. 67,000 isn't a whole lot, but we might have enough. No, we need 139,000 to get the cheapest telehandler, which is actually the one that I like the most. It has the most horsepower. That one can lift more. Yeah, we'll probably end up with this one. I don't think we need to lift anything more than 9 tons. And I said we were going to go ahead and get this. So let's take a look at it and see what we can do. Standard tires, wide tires. We'll go with standard. Platform or the bed. We'll take the bed. Extension. I don't know what the point of the extension is, but we're going to drop it. Rim color. Select. Yeah, there we go. There's some black rims on it. License plate. There we go. Let's go ahead and we want to buy that. There's the buy button. 21. Yep. And we can pick it up at the shop. So we'll go pick that up. We might just leave it at the shop for right now. We don't have anything to load up with it. But we are gonna at least gonna go check it out. And then we got 46,000 left. There we go. So we'll go ahead and take it back. Ah, that's nice. We can drop the roll cage. Let's go ahead and put that thing down. Let's live on the edge a little bit. And it actually tips. I think that'll work out for what we need it to do right now. Looks like we can also pull trailers with it. We'll have to look into that. Really wish you could adjust the mirrors in this. It's nice having mirrors, but all the mirrors sit way too low. Or they're either aimed way too low, or they're aimed back at the sides of the trailer or the equipment. You can't really use them for anything. I'd love to be able to use them to actually back up. wonder if that's actually electronic or if those bars are just like assist. Yeah, it's got to be manual. The controls there are just to assist you, or the struts on it, just to assist you raising and lowering it. All right, well there we go. I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. We got a few contracts knocked out, got a little bit of money to our name. Next episode, I'd like to get a telehandler. That way we can load up the feed for these guys, load up their eggs when they start producing. But I'm going to wrap it up there. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.